Okay, so today I woke up and I saw like a not ad, like a news from Forbes and like BBC and all these sort of big names. They claimed that AI solved the problem of superbugs that has been going on for like a decade in just 2 days. And I'm like, what? Is AMR solved when I was asleep? What's happening? But then I like actually saw, and I should be able to link the news article somewhere here if I know the editing skills. But they said that it's solved, and I'm like, I have been working on this and it's overnight it's solved. But apparently it's not. It's just like so Google, DeepMind, and the Imperial College. They released a new AI model called Co-Scientist, which just generates hypothesis, which is actually pretty good. So the way we were categorizing AI from humans is that it was not able to generate hypothesis, because hypothesis is something which scientists do on the regular basis, and it's actually pretty difficult for an AI to develop an hypothesis on its own. It's a tremendously big achievement. Don't get me wrong, it's like a very big thing, but it's not able to think outside of the box. Let me explain. So it's able to do a lot of things in which obviously there are a lot of limitations, but it is only trained on data which it has. It cannot think outside of the box. It cannot think something. So if it's given much more attention in the sense of, how do I explain attention now? It's basically, if you have multiple things, what kind of weight do you give a particular thing so that it increases your attention for that particular thing. If it does not make sense, let it be, does not matter. But basically, those even small attention or things that actually could play a role but have not up till now, that is thinking outside of the box, and it does not know how to do it. And I'll show you how to do it exactly to get one step ahead of the AI which is currently going on. And I've tried to use this, but apparently you need like something to sign up for, like getting like a free access to it. I don't have it, I cannot test it, but I assume it's actually pretty good because they have linked like 3 papers. One of them, the third one, is for the resistance of some kind of bacteria, I would say. So I'll try to make a new hypothesis or a product. I'm going to make a pitch deck, guys, and it should be outside of the box, and let's see what happens. Okay, so the last video I was talking about adherence, and one main thing is people have to be reminded about eating the medication or made sure that they are eating the medication. But what if we take the whole making sure that this particular person is taking the medication out of the equation, like from out of the equation, like it won't be a factor, it won't be a parameter. How do we do it? We basically give them something like a Ben 10 watch. Incoming the video. Hello guys, so meet Euphora. This is like a concept thing that I've created, in which we just have a device which can self-administer some particular medication. Why is it done? I'll tell you the background story, but come with me. I'll show you my pitch deck and try to talk it out. So the main problem is people forget to take their medications. There's a thing behind my face, but I'll just read it out to you guys. So AMR is like expected to reach almost 50 million deaths by 2050 just by AMR alone, not considering cancer or like comorbidity sort of things. So just AMR alone would take out a lot of things, a lot of people. And adherence is one of the main issues which is in our control, but we are not doing it properly sort of thing. Forget like next line medications which can tackle new sort of resistance mechanism, but if it's in our hands to make sure that we are not messing up, we have to do something about it. So basically people forget taking medications, because how many times has it happened that out of 10 days just you take 5-6 days and it's like you don't take after it because you feel fine. For normal infections, that's still bearable, that's okay, that's fine. But with TB sort of thing, so if from 10 days, even if you are not taking 1 or 2 days, it can cause resistance, which can cause more 6 months sort of regimen for you. That's actually really bad. So and it causes resistance and all these sort of things. And TB is again like linked to HIV and like other kind of respiratory disease, so we are looking at a lot of issues. So if we right now, TB is made sure that people are taking the medication by actually being there in person. It's called DOTS, directly observed therapy, in which a person literally comes to your house and makes sure that you have taken your medication, which is, as you understand, it's very time consuming. People have tried different methods like video on therapy, which is like basically a video call with your therapist, which makes sure that you are taking the medication. But it's also like ease of access is not there, like internet connection might not be there. Sometimes it's not like a live video call, you record it and then you send it, so like data mismanagement sort of thing. And it's a hectic, it's time consuming, you have to put an effort to like first of all record the video and then send it to someone. It's time consuming. So to take all of that out of the equation, you have a wearable, suppose a watch. Okay, if you have that watch, it can self-administer, like suppose in your veins it self-administers the drug. Again, it's like ethically it can be an issue, but just bear with me, like think of an utopia sort of thing where it self-administers a drug. Okay, and it goes into your system, it gets done, and it self-administers on a particular time, on a particular day, so you don't miss another dose, right? Bear with me now. The technicalities we'll talk about that at the end, but just think about it. Self-administering a drug, but it's all under your control. If you ever want to just like take out the watch or the wearable, it's on you, like you can do that any kind of time, but it would be like it won't be measured, which is a big no. So if you want a good particular data and you want to make sure that you're not getting any resistance or you're just taking your medications on time, just wear the damn watch, right? And it would do it for you. You don't have to do anything by yourself. What I'm thinking of is, so beneath the watch there would be sort of like vial sort of thing, which have these sort of medications which you are taking regularly, and it would like maybe in your veins here, it would like administer when it's required. It would be invasive, yes, but we'll try to make it as less invasive and less painful as possible sort of thing. But it's again a very good thing. And obviously here I'm just talking about people not having access to it. One more second option is, you know, like how we have like our phones now, like we have a device and people just update the software remotely and that gets updated on our local device as well. Same thing, but with medication. So like you would have an internal library of all these sort of like regular medications that you're taking. If there's something new that the FDA has, like suppose a compound has changed, okay, just this is like, this does not exist now, but like soon if it could be, it would be like really good. But if there should be an internal library of all the medications that you're taking, its particular structure, if a particular structure is not suitable for you, or like maybe a different structure would be better for you, like a compound change sort of thing or a different compound, it can update that in your particular watch and it can then administer you the new medication that you're taking. So it could then increase access if you just have one particular damn watch. it could increase your access, it could increase your a lot of things basically. uh, Again, this is again a utopia, and I don't know. Again, this is like a supposedly a next generation smartwatch which directly administers a dose. I'm thinking something in between, like a classical sort of GLC design and like somewhere futuristic, which is like a Ben 10 design. Bear with me, I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but this is what I like. Yeah, this is, we would use safe material. One main thing with it is temperature control. I'm not sure how it would work, but hopefully if it's something we are able to solve it, it could be really useful. Again, like, I don't want to talk a lot about the market affected. It's basically, it's going to be an issue. We have to treat it as soon as possible, and I've just stated some random numbers. These numbers do not mean a thing, so you can ignore it if you want. One more thing is, if we are having something on the wrist which can administer, then we can also get data out of it. So whether you're taking on particular time, what medications you're taking, and if you can have an internal library which can update sort of what medications you're taking and update the kind of drugs that you're taking, then you don't have to go to the pharmacy anymore. You don't have to go to a doctor. I mean, you would have to go to a doctor to diagnose yourself, but like, you don't have to, like, the ease of access would be much better, right? So wherever you are, however far you are, it, as long as you have the watch, it and internet, I feel. Caveat alert, but this is something we could work on. And obviously we have superior data. You have full autonomy. If you want to remove it, you can remove it, but then that means that you don't have particular data on that particular day, so you can be scrutinized for not taking your medication or having some sort of different profile of resistance. And one more thing, what I was thinking was, if we want to mass administer a drug, what happened during COVID, and what happened during previous polio vaccination, or like suppose smallpox for that matter, mass drug administration is very difficult. We have to go to everyone and then make sure that they have taken, like, family to family. We are going and making sure that everyone has taken the medication. That's time consuming. Okay, what if just update the library, update everything, and it goes directly to the user, it gets the job done. You don't have to go door to door to make sure that they are taking the medication. It also can maybe hopefully tackle vaccine hesitancy. Sort of hesitancy would be a different issue, but like, mass drug administration is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, it's basically, it could do a lot of great things. Hybrid direct to consumer model. This is, guys, I'm using a template from Canva. I don't really know what these terms are properly. I know what direct to consumer is, but like a hybrid direct to consumer model, I don't really know. But what I'm hoping for is, like, we would partner with FDAs and all these sort of regulatory bodies, hospitals, and then try to get each and everyone who is in need of making sure that they are taking the medication, whether it may be people from rich background or people who do not have access to money and financial stability. Sort of anyone who needs it is basically who gets it, sort of thing. If you are not able to buy it, then we can obviously not talk it out, but like, give some kind of concession, because AMR is a big issue and we want to tackle it anyhow. So what I'm thinking of is, like, we would have these very classy models, which is like GLC sort of thing, that could be given to the high-end customers who can afford it, and the profits from that would go to the people who are actually needing it. That would be like the base model, and we could give it to the customers who are in need of it, basically. and then once it's done, once the regime, like the regimen is done, we could take it back. So like it, we don't like give it away, we take it back again. uh See, this is, come on, this is nothing. This is a purely fictional thing. Revenue will surely, hopefully, riding on waves of new tech. Hopefully, it is something useful. Product development market models. We are seeking $0 in funding. I'm not asking a penny from you guys. And thank you. So major caveats would be, first thing would be it's invasive. Second thing would be it would be some kind of temperature control should be happening, and the feasibility of like updating the drug library and all that sort of thing. I'm not really sure how that would work. This is again utopia, and you know how Greeks had two words for utopia: the place that never existed and the place that never will be. So I don't know. This is again a pitch deck, and it's a fictional pitch deck. It does not exist by now, and I don't know how it would work. But point being is, I'm giving out ideas, and if you want to do something with this, it's yours. It's totally yours. You can do anything with this information. If point being is, I should be able to create a spark in you guys, which you can do whatever you want with it. So the ball's in your court. What are you going to do with it? That's your question. Bye. Well, thank you for the presenter Nilay to actually present the whole pitch deck, and you guys could obviously put it on 2 times speed and like watch it because it was a very long video. But hopefully what I've tried to do is maybe think outside of the box, which the general core scientist AI could not have thought about. Maybe, hopefully, it shouldn't have thought about this. But if it does, then it's a really good AI, and I cannot blame it for doing it because I would have done the same thing. But hopefully, you guys can see that your jobs are not that vulnerable. You could still do a lot of things which AI cannot do. And yeah, I hope you like the pitch deck, and hopefully you should be able to do something with it if you want to. I don't want any credit. You can do anything you want with the information. And yeah, thank you so much. I'll see you in episode 3. Oh my god, this is episode 2 already. Yeah, see you.